Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to ARK on the Insomniacs server. Almost said Sandbox. Sandbox is dead, guys. Sandbox is dead. No, we're here on the Insomniacs server, and behind me you see a wonderful set of storage bins and a smithing ocean. No, actually, we're on board the SS Hostage Taker. And we're actually over here on Herbivore Island. I had made mention that I was going to spend some time over here just seriously grinding things out and getting ready for our move over to our permanent base. Now, while we're not quite ready for the permanent move yet, I thought I would take you guys over and show you what I have done. Now, I've been grinding out really crazy. This was filled twice now. Speaking of which, I need to drop some things off in these chests. I've been pretty busy. I've been working on trying to get things ready to head over, but we're not, like I said, we're not ready to go over yet. What we are ready to do though is maybe get some walls in place. And we're going to start with at least one of these for now, and we're going to take a few of these. Reason for that is I spent some time, and I already got these stone fence foundations down in the general shape that I wanted in. It's not going to be a permanent thing where that's going to be definitely the shape we're going to go with. But it's a good starter shape, you know, size, things like that. I made one giant, what are they called? The massive stone gate, basically. The one that you can pretty much fit anything through. And I think that's actually about all we're going to need. The biggest thing that we have spawning in our area are Spinos, and they don't tend to come up into the area that we're in that much. So I don't know that it's going to be a big deal for us to need to make like metal gates at all. But that's something that, or metal, you know, fences and things in general, really. That's something to kind of be explored later on, I think, and to, you know, we'll have to take a serious look at it later. Now, there are some Brontos over in the area as well. But again, I'm not sure that it's going to be a big deal. Partially because I have yet to see them come up quite that far. But once we start clearing out some of the area and we really start working in the area, we'll have to wait and see how things look. Because obviously, yeah, things change. That Megalodon is absolutely stuck. That's weird. Oh, I like his coloration, though. I like that blue and yellow. That actually looks really cool. We may need to get ourselves a Megalodon here soon. Hello. What are you... Oh, Christ. It's only a level 8. It ain't great. But, you know, it might work for us. I don't know. Seems like he's beached himself in there a little bit. It's hard to say. Nope, he's coming free. Well, so much for that. Oh well. So, in terms of where our location is, it's actually fairly close to RC and Josh over at Gaming After Work. It seems like the three of us have kind of picked areas that are fairly close to each other. This is RC's area. As you can see, his unconscious body laying there. Now, originally, I would like to, there's a small part of me that wants to build in this area. Because I actually have this mind for, like, this big, like, castle-like area that's lifted up into the sky, like, you know, the platforms would be along all of this. You'd have like this village work that comes across, you know, that's all suspended in midair, basically. Now, I don't know that that's anything that'd be feasible, and I mean, I'm certainly not sure that it's something that... It's obviously not something I'm going to do this server or this season, because RC obviously has claimed this spot, but it's definitely something I want to look at doing in the future. Whether it's just something that I play around with, or something that I do seriously, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I might actually play around with it in like a little... I wish this had a creative mode, but, you know, just spawn in stuff as I need it and just kind of go into a single-player game and play around with it a little bit. But for the time being, I'm actually quite happy with where I've picked, which is right up ahead. Now, this is the area we need to worry about, in all honesty. This, we had a Spino that came over here, that was spawned in over here originally. The only reason he's not alive now is because I basically lured him into this area here, and then I stood on top of this shooting him. I don't know that that's too dangerous of a spot, other than I think those are a couple piranha down there. Yeah, that looks like a piranha right there. But I don't know how dangerous this area really is in terms of the water. I have actually been here before in terms of bases, but it's been a while. I was actually in this area once before when I was on a server with Gebwell Gaming playing this. Now, the area has changed a little bit. I think there was some terraforming that was done, and it's definitely going to be a challenge to build where we're building, because we will have no immediate access to water. We actually are going to have to run pipes all the way from the river up to here, and we'll have to have some reservoirs. But you guys can see there's this nice long path, and it leads all the way up and around. Now, part of the thing we have to worry about are raptors, but we've got this nice little area right here. It's nice, wide open. You can kind of see the general shape I've gotten down here. That little box, let me swing in over here. This little box shape right here, it's actually some of me playing around. I tried to actually like square that off more, and then instead, I'm like, well, maybe I can expand it and do a diagonal on it. It's really kind of tricky, so gonna have to work on it a bit. But I kind of like where we're going so far. Oh, Christ. That was a poor decision on my part. And then it obviously stretches all the way around, all the way back here, comes around, and scoops up and around here. Now, this is not the final shape or size. Part of that being, you know, I have to clear area out, some of this area out. I need to, obviously, you know, I'm going to expand the more dinosaurs I get, things like that. But also some of it's just because of the shape of the land itself. I had some trickery with this spot right here. You guys can kind of see it right there, where the shape of it just kind of goes up, zigzags down, and it kind of does that all the way across to here, and then obviously down. It's all because of this mountain right here. But I picked this area specifically because we have this mountain right here. We've got a lot of metal, and there's also quite a bit of crystal up here too that we can harvest fairly easily. It's a good spot to just come up, we can harvest what we need, and then come back down without having to worry about going out to the volcano all that often. Now, we will probably have to make occasional trips out to the volcano anyways, just because there isn't much crystal. But there's enough to, you know, do small builds, things like that. So, while we're here, and I brought some of these with us, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do a little bit of building really quick. We're gonna go ahead and build up the wall, and I don't think we're gonna get anything more than 1 high right away, but that's perfectly fine. I don't think we need to go much more than 1 high for the time being. This could be problematic, maybe? No, I think we're good. Hold on a minute. Let me throw the door in here. No, I think we're good. Yeah. Alright, I think we're good. I didn't want to do a second one yet, but, you know, that works anyways. One thing we do definitely have to worry about, and I just saw a parasaur take off running, and that would be raptors. There are some definite raptors meandering around this area, and we'll have to keep our eyes open because raptors are bad news for us starting off. So now right there, we don't have it meshed up. It doesn't quite lock into place the way I would like it to, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal in the long run. If it is, we'll just box it off right here. That's why that's going to stay there. Also, even if it does work, we can still box this area off. That can be a small taming pen. You know, future plans. We keep in mind for future plans. As for building the base itself, it's going to be a little bit here and there. You know, we're not going to be moving into this until we actually have at least the second tier of the wall done because of just the sheer danger of the area. You know, this area is not safe enough for us to really set up base immediately. So it's going to be a lot of me running back and forth, crafting all the walls that we need, and then running back here. And then I think once we actually have it set up, once we have the wall set up, I can start doing smaller runs out of the wall and harvest the trees and things that we need to build our actual base. Which I think we're going to stick with wood for the most part. I don't know that we need to go with any kind of stone. Yeah, I don't think we need to go with stone tier builds just yet. But for now, we're going to actually harvest up some stuff that we need for now to build up some more walls while we're here. There's no point in wasting the stone that we have here. We might as well make use of it. So, you know what? I know you guys don't want to watch me sit here and smack at stones for a while, so I'm going to cut, and we'll be right back in a little bit. Alright guys, we're back, and we're completely encircled now. I probably spent way too freaking long doing this. I decided to go ahead and do 3 all the way around for 2 reasons. One of them being this right here. I kind of foresaw some small issues where maybe we could have some, like maybe smaller dinosaurs like raptors maybe leaping into that spot. And there's, you know, it's just seemed like it might be safer to go 3 high instead of just going 2 high. I think that's our best bet. I may, and this is only a may, I may eventually make this a 4 high in some spots, just to make sure that we don't have any issues with anything stomping around inside. I don't know. It definitely is gonna take some time. I know this took some definite time, and it took me a lot longer than I thought it would, to be honest. But I think that this base is going to actually prove to be... It's going to prove to be an interesting challenge, to say the least. I have to figure out how I want to run the water up. I have to figure out how I want to actually build the buildings in this base, because there's some different things I want to try. A lot of things that are going to be different than what I've done before. So, trying to figure those things out is going to be interesting, to say the least. I'm not sure yet. I really am not sure. But I am dead set on this spot. I may actually, and I'm trying to plan out where I want my house to sit. I don't want everything to sit dead center. Dead center doesn't look good. But sitting just off to a corner doesn't necessarily look great either. So I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, offset. Why are you doing this? Land, thank you. I'm thinking maybe offset there into that corner a little bit, and have it extend around into there. I just don't know yet. It's like I said, this is going to be a work in progress. I'm kind of planning out where I want the greenhouse, things like that to go, and I'm actually thinking the greenhouse may be over in this spot here. I don't know. Greenhouse could even go over there in that corner, which would actually make more sense to do in the long run, to be honest. It would probably make a lot more sense to have maybe the greenhouse right here. Because my plan is to pretty much have the water run, since the river is right there, probably have the greenhouse sitting here. That way I can just run the water right up to it. I don't know yet. This is going to be a multiple stage project where we will slowly be piecing things together. I don't even know how comfortable I am moving the few dinosaurs I've got tamed into this area yet. Just because, this little gap right here, to walk them all up into this spot is pretty dangerous. I mean, like I said, I've got raptors. This area is really bad for Meganara. What is he running from? See what I mean? I don't even know. Oh, Scorpion. Yeah, we got Scorpion. See what I mean? It's just a lot of hazards that we're going to be risking to bring stuff up. So, driving the... What is... That's Carno. So, yeah, we got some stuff we're going to have to contend with. What? Is that a dire bear? That is a dire bear. Well. We finally see the dire bears. That is awesome. Obviously, the dire bear is something of a challenge for even these raptors to take on. That's pretty awesome. I'm kind of curious, what level are these two? 36 and level 8. Oh, that's awesome. We may be taming those two up here in the near future if they survive long enough. And that's the other issue, is survival of anything in this area is... Well, we just watched that level 36 just wreck a Carno. So this is a very interesting area. I'm surprised those dire bears weren't attacking me. They must not actively attack like I suspected that they did. The Dimorphodon, or the Dilos, not the Dimorphodons. The Dimorphodons are going to be, I think, are probably the biggest nuisance over here. Because they just pepper this area. And then we got several of the Gigabith, and I can't pronounce it. It's the giant apes. Can't pronounce it. a lot of stuff over here that we gotta contend with for resources, for safeties, or for safety's sake, you know, things like that. Oh, we got another Carno, and see now there's Spino, who could eventually work his way down this way. I actually have an idea, though, for some of this, is to actually, I'm thinking, and this is, again, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to take me a few, probably weeks to really do this. I actually intend to maybe make a smaller base, like, down in this area, and then while there's no way to wall it off completely, just kind of have a smaller base run from down here up to there, and then the basic idea is that, you know, any aquatic based tames that I might have can be stored down here without fear of them being just absolutely wrecked. Now for that, it'll probably be, I might go with metal-based housing just to store them in. Just because that's, again, it's a safety thing. And then just have a transport thing where I have like a raptor or something, maybe a gallimimus if I can ever tame one, that I just zip up and down on, back and forth between the main base and this area if I need to go out and harvest things at the in the ocean. So I think we're gonna actually wrap up there. This is probably gonna be a little bit of a shorter one. A lot more talky in this one than I really would like, but I don't think you guys wanted to see me sit there and hammer out, you know, what I think was... Hello. What? Well, I'll take you and you. That was bizarre. What? That was really weird. Okay. Never seen that before, that it has the sullen broodmother thing on it. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here. Thanks for watching, guys. I have a lot of plans for this area, and you know, if you guys have any input that you think I might, you know, could put to use for over here, by all means, let me hear it, because I could always use a little bit more information regarding ideas that you guys might have for how to improve a base or something. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.